Oh, I've been looking for you. Where you been? What's going on, guys? Today I think we're gonna get to work on the good old Mercury Colony Park. It's a 1969 Mercury Colony Park station wagon with the flip-up seats in the rear. I got it a while ago to try and flip, and then no one wanted it, and I liked it, so I kept it. Then the engine started going. It had a 429 Ford in it, and it was knock-a-locking, and the HOA got tired of seeing it. So, brought it to a friend's lot. We built that 460 for it, and it's gonna go right into the station wagon. First thing we gotta do is get it out of the dirt and get it into the shop. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna drain all the fluids. We're gonna drain the oil, transmission, and then it looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and do a new seal right here. So while we have it up, we're gonna go ahead and drain that as well, since we have to take the drive shaft out anyway. All right, so here's where we're at so far. Oil's not drained all the way because I put some motor honey in. It's just taking too long. So that's still there. Motor mount bolts are out. Cooler lines cut. Alternator disconnected. All the grounds and stuff should be disconnected. What's that? That's power. Transmission mount disconnected. And I used a little post picker-upper to make sure that these were free. So the engine and the transmission are both free. Let's see, what else can you see? Radiator's out. That is actually the AC condenser and transmission cooler, I think. Oh, and the hood is off. Unfortunately, it's getting a little late. Unfortunately, we got a little late start today. It's all ready to pluck right out of the car and put the new one in. Well, you know, new, used, okay, you know, whatever you want to call it. So we'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully hear this thing run. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna take out the monster transmission first. Dad's helping me today, and he got the bell housing bolts out. I took out the converter bolts. It just wasn't working the way I wanted to, taking the engine and transmission out at one time. So we're gonna do that. Okay, engine's in. It took a lot of in, out. Turns out the new motor mounts I bought didn't work. So, put the old motor mounts back on. And now we're gonna put the transmission back in. I don't know if we'll be driving it today, but I think it'll be running today. Finally at a point where we can start the engine. Now, we're not gonna be able to run it long or drive it because pulleys aren't the same on a late model engine and the water pump's not the same, and We just have stuff to figure out, but we can at least try and run it. So let's see what we got. Here's your standard facility wiring configuration. Just everything that needs a key right to the 12-volt accessory on the solenoid. Well, it finally ran. I mean, after I filmed that, I was so over working on the wagon and doing a little mini thrash for a couple days that I just cleaned up everything and left. We've got to source some brackets for the alternator and power steering pump, or find a way to make our old brackets work, because the 68 and 69 big block Fords, everything is different than 70 and up. The harmonic balancer, the pulleys, the brackets. Not the best idea from Ford. I finally got everything unloaded out of the truck, and the garage is jam-packed full of stuff because it's not back in its place. But I did just find why the engine was not running well. So let's show you that. See, that's what our piston's supposed to look like. You see how it's a whole piston all the way around? And this guy, we're missing some piston. I'm surprised the heads and the valves survived. I really have no idea how that piston got mulched like that, because it's not that high compression of a motor. I mean, it's high, maybe 10 to 1. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But, I mean, it's not under boost or anything. I've never seen a stock engine pinch a ring like that and chop a piston. Like I said, I'm surprised that the head and the valves on that cylinder came out unscathed. That's a big weight off my shoulders, finally having the wagon running. Not driving yet, but we'll get there. Good to know that there was something actually wrong with the engine, and we know what it is. Maybe the crank can be saved, so that's good. Next couple months, we'll look at getting back to the wagon and finally getting it driving and doing some burnouts for you guys. I am ready to drive that thing, man. While you're waiting on that, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and remember, go get them revs.